Good evening. It is Monday, June 17, 2019 at 6 p.m. This meeting may be recorded live by WCAT. Ms. Hames, you please call the roll.
Mr. Fabiano? Here. Mr. Matucci? Here. Ms. Powell?
Present.
Ms. Swope?
Present.
Mr. Vecchia?
Present.
Mr. Perrin?
Here.
Mr. Capabianco?
Here. Do we have any public comment this evening? Ms. Farr?
Chairman Capabianco, school committee members, Superintendent Howard. Good evening, my name is Marissa Ferrara, and I am currently the co-president along with Kristen Brosio of Winthrop Viking Youth Cheer Program. The program was founded this past March, working in conjunction with Winthrop Youth Football and the Cape Ann Youth Football and Cheer Leagues. We are a registered 501c3 nonprofit, and we currently have 100 students from Winthrop registered in our program. We're on the agenda later on tonight requesting gym rental at the Fort Bank School for this coming fall for 7 weeks from September through the end of October for us to hold our practices for 5 teams. As you can imagine, the startup costs associated with a brand new youth sports program can be overwhelming to say the least. The board has been working tirelessly over the past several months to build a solid foundation for Winthrop Viking Youth Cheer to be successful for years to come. We have been fundraising and have secured some very generous sponsorships. However, the costs we are facing for new uniforms, insurance for our athletes, practice space rentals, as well as filing fees to register legally with the state, it's daunting. We understand that the rental fee for the gym includes a non-negotiable janitor fee. However, we are seeking some relief with the rental fee itself. As I said before, we're requesting time for 7 weeks this fall. It's 16 hours per week that we're requesting. That currently adds up to a daily rental rate of $260 for 4 hours per day, with the janitor fee and the rental combined. We're asking for a 60% reduction of the rental rate to $40 per day, bringing the total of the rental fee to $200 per day. This will lessen the burden for our new nonprofit and help set us up for a successful future, serving Winthrop families and students for years to come. Again, our board has been working around the clock for the past couple of months to really set the ground rolling. We want to set a solid foundation for the future. We have a 2-, 3-, and 5-year fiscal plan currently to set up that stage for a successful future so that we won't be coming to you year after year looking for any reduction in any fees associated. We want to be a good neighbor. We want to be a good community program. We currently have a great working relationship with the athletic director at the high school, as well as the high school cheer team. We're working in conjunction with them to kind of really bring up the youth through the youth program and hopefully be a feeder program for a successful high school program. A bunch of the moms on the board as well have a close working relationship with Mrs. Pearson at the board, and we are going to work closely with her as well for any events that maybe come up at the school that she may need. We're totally willing to forego our rental for that evening for open house nights and orientation and things like that. So we want to be a good neighbor. We're just seeking some relief this year to make sure that our girls get the space that they need so that they can be successful and hopefully keep coming back for years to come and be good citizens of the town. Thank you.
Any additional public comment? All right, Mr. Perry, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I have a motion to approve the minutes of the June 3rd, 2019 meeting. Motion by Mr. Matucci, second by President Vecchia. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Do I have a motion to move the meeting out of order to approve the buildings and grounds request?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Perrin, second by President Vecchia. Any discussion in the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it, the motion is adopted. So we do have 4 requests, one by the girls soccer team for a car wash, the youth cheerleading practices, the 4 kids only summer rental, and the Boston Taekwondo belt ceremony. Mr. Perrin?
I make a motion, we take all of them except the Winthrop Viking Youth Cheer and bundle them into one vote, and then we can go back to discuss the Winthrop Viking Youth Cheer.
Motion by Mr. Perrin, do I have a second? Second by Mr. Fabiano. Any discussion on the motion? Mr. Matucci?
Are we all set with the for kids only?
Yes.
That's in this one?
That's in this one.
That's in this, yep.
So, yeah, so just a quick update on for kids only. From our last meeting, I was asked to do a little bit of research and come up with a proposal for extending for kids only for the summer months of the school year, and I have done so. And they are currently renting at the Gorman Fort Banks School by the month. For $3,000 a month is what they pay us for the fee for the utilization of space and custodial time. And moving forward for the summer, my suggestion would be that they continue to do that for the 8 weeks, which would be 2 months, for a total of $6,000, $3,000 per month. And then the custodial fee that they would be paying would be in addition to that money. As of right now, in the summer, we end at 3 o'clock, and their program would be running until 6. So there would be an additional fee for the 3 additional hours at the rate of custodial overtime. I've had the opportunity to speak with Brianna Nealand, who was representing for kids only, and asked her if that would be something that they would be in agreement with. And she stated that they would be in agreement with that. They would appreciate the continuation of what they're doing now. So it'd be very similar to the contract that they have with us now. So we're looking at it as an extension for the 8 weeks in the summer. They have been here and met with Mr. Crombie, have looked at the facility, had their group come out that has to certify it. In terms of the insurance, I received an insurance rider as requested by Mr. Perrin, in which Winthrop Public Schools was added specific to the high school to the insurance rider. So I believe it's reasonable. They are our students. They continue in our school, just needed a little bit of a different space because of the amount of space we use at the Gorman Fort Banks over the summer for some of our other programs. So the memorandum of understanding, the extension of the memorandum of understanding has been done and written, and I will provide that to the committee during our next business discussions under new business.
So we have a motion on the table and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Moving on, we have the Winthrop Viking Youth Cheer Practice. I'd like to make a motion to approve the rental fee for the summer with a 60% reduced rate.
Second.
Second by President Vecchia. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And we do have one abstention. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session. I anticipate we're going into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and we declare so.
A motion for executive session.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Matucci. Ms. Hames, you please call the roll.
Yes. Mr. Fabiano?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Ms. Swope?
Yes.
Mr. Vecchia?
Yes.
Mr. Perrin?
Yes.
Mr. Capabianco?
Yes. And we will be coming back after executive session. And we're back. Moving on with some financial and business procedures. We do have some warrants, payroll warrants and budget transfers. Starting off at warrant SVW 1921 in the amount of $239,572.61. Do I have a motion to approve the warrant? Motion by President Vecchia, second by Mrs. Swope. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We do have 3 payroll warrants. SPW 19-23, an amount of $702,597.04. SPW 19-24, the amount of $840,847.31. And SPW 1925, the amount of $855,438.40. Do I have a motion to approve all 3 warrants?
Motion.
Motion by President Vecchia, second by Ms. Powell. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstain.
2 abstentions. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. And we do have a budget transfer, the amount of $20,700, what's that? $277,431.32. Do I have a motion to approve the transfer?
So moved. Second.
Moved by President Vecchia, second by Ms. Powell. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstentions, the ayes have it, and the transfer is adopted. Moving on, we do have to approve the final budget. This process started out, we approved a needs budget, went over to the council, and now it's back to us. Ms. Howard, do you have anything to say about the budget process?
We were very grateful for the appropriation from the town. As everybody knows, we asked for a significant increase in a needs-based budget, but in the end, given the fiscal situation of the community as a whole, we received a budget just beneath our level service budget of this year. So we will be decreasing our budget next year from the level service budget of this year by $413,346. I have worked with the school committees and the subcommittee to explain those reductions, all of which will have impact. I'll be sharing that after the vote with the principals as well. They are aware of what these reductions will be. They do not include teaching positions or staffing positions, but they do include changes in service and reducing some budget line items from grants, reallocating positions from the budget to grants, limiting our use of grants for anything beyond sort of reasonable, some reasonable PD material, some supplies, and again, staff. So that's my recommendation.
So I would like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2020 operating final budget, which is $21,275,036.
Second.
Second by Ms. Powell. Any discussion on the motion? Mr. Matucci.
I just want to reiterate, I know I had said this at a previous meeting, but we do definitely appreciate everything the town has done with their restrictions on numbers, revenue. We don't have a we don't have a spending problem, a revenue problem here. So we really need, again, to start thinking about, the town needs to start thinking about an override for next year. And now, I'm assuming it's not just the school department, there'll be other departments, I'm sure, that need money. All of our departments are underfunded, but we cannot continue to go this way. So I feel very strongly that the town needs to start preparing themselves for some type of an override.
And my hope is that statewide, the Promise Act and the Cherish Act is passed by the House and the Senate and signed into law by the governor. Any further discussion on the motion? Ms. Hames, will you please call a roll?
Mr. Fabiano?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Powell? Yes. Ms. Swope?
Yes.
Mr. Vecchia?
Yes.
Mr. Perrin?
Yes.
Mr. Capabianco?
Yes. With 7 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, the motion is adopted.
Thank you.
Moving on to general functions, superintendent's report.
No report this week?
Let's see. Any personnel?
Yes. Appointments for today, we have none. Resignations, we have the assistant principal position at the Arthur T. Cummings School. It will be open effective July 1st. The current assistant principal, Ms. Carrie Ann Murphy, has taken a principal's position in another community, and we wish her well in her upward move in our field. I think she'll do a great job. And then we also have a resignation at the high school moderate special needs teacher. Retirements, we continue to have none. Postings, part-time kitchen worker. Our mentoring program, we are looking for a co-director, pre-K to 5, and we are also looking for summer school enrichment camp instructors in ELA and math. Let's see. Lead teacher and IT coordinator stipends and positions at the middle school and middle school science teacher as well. And leave of absence, we have none.
Moving on to new.
Lisa, did I see in the minutes that there was an opening for an elementary school principal? Was it, or is that what this?
So, yes, you did. So, last year, seems like light years
Yeah,
away.
Nora.
Last year, Miss Nora Grimes was appointed as the principal the interim principal for
Right.
the Arthur T. Cummings School. Mr. Harity had resigned close to the end of the school year, and I made a decision to appoint Nora Grimes to that position. She's done an amazing job in the year that she's been there, stepped right in and really, made a smooth transition. At that time, we also moved Andrea O'Leary from a teaching position into the assistant principal position that was vacated by Ms. Grimes when she took the high school position, the Cummings School position. So both of those positions were interim, so they needed now, because the year is over, to be posted, so that they could apply if they would like to continue, and they both have.
Okay,
So
thank you.
it was a matter of protocol.
Moving on with new business, it's that time of year again for the Superintendent Evaluation Committee to meet again, so I would like to direct the chairman of that committee to Mr. Matucci to, at some point, schedule a meeting for that committee, for that subcommittee. The 2019-2020 school committee meetings are approaching, and we have the dates in our packet. So I would motion to approve the meeting dates in a second. Any discussion on that motion? Ms. Hames, I did send you something offline. Was that change reflected on the packet?
For the meeting
For a
date,
meeting date.
November.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to just eliminate that?
I would like to, yes, in November, I'd like to have one meeting. That's okay with everyone. All right. Motion to approve the 2019-2020 school committee dates. Do we have a motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstentions, the ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Mr. Parent.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the first reading of both the residency policy and the meal charge policy.
Motion by Mr. Parent, second by Mr. Matucci. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, the ayes have it, the motion is adopted. Any public comment? Public relations, President Vecchia. Ms. Fabiano.
Just like to wish the kids good luck over the summer. Hopefully they enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just want to say, you talk about dedication for teachers. Jillian Dempsey and Denise Robertson volunteered their time on a Saturday to take their class and volunteered to bring them there to Harvard University, where they toured. They met Ms. Dempsey's strength coach that talked to them about teamwork and about good health and good choices. It was just an amazing day, and to get to see Harvard, the kids to get to see it was just great, and to have them volunteer that time was amazing. So just want to thank them.
And she's done it every year.
Yeah, it's great.
See, the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office has a summer jobs program. Once again this summer, I posted it on Facebook and sent it to Mr. Crombie. If any students, I believe 16 or older, are interested, please apply and let me know.
I want to thank the 8th grade teachers who made the trip down to Washington, D.C. and posted on Facebook repeatedly throughout the day to keep parents informed, since the 8th graders were not as forthcoming with information. It's a long day, it's a long trip, and I really appreciate their efforts for that.
Most exhausting field trip I've ever attended. So I went a couple of years ago when I was working here, not as a superintendent. I attended it. It was one of the best educations I've ever received. Learned stuff I didn't know, but the bonding that the teachers have with the students during that time. But it is exhausting because you're never off the clock. And the kids will remind you of that at 2 in the morning. You didn't get those pictures, though. And the kids were excellent, by the way. No issues at all. Our kids were great.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Matucci, second by President Vecchia. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, the ayes have it, the meeting is adjourned.